everyone. My name is Patricia Lughezzani, Executive Advisor for SearchUnify. Welcome to SearchUnify's Customer Pulse, a real talk about our customer's journey. In this episode, we sit down with customers for a 15-minute candid discussion about their journey, key decisions, and learnings. In these conversations, we're talking with customers who are transforming their customer communities and support processes by implementing SearchUnify to drive efficiency and elevate their overall customer experience. In this episode, we highlight a customer success story from Revenera and explore how they seamlessly transformed their customer support experience. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to Sudheendra Kumar. Sudheendra, welcome to the show. Can you please introduce yourself and just provide a brief company background?
Thank you very much for the warm welcome. Myself, Sudheendra Kumar. I hold a Bachelor of Engineering and Masters of Business Administration. I have been in industry from past 25 years, and I worked in different domains, diverse domains, as well as technologies. Currently, I lead the worldwide technical support for a company called Revenera. Revenera is a part of Flexera, it's a division of Flexera. And in Revenera, we mainly focus on products which can do licensing and as well as entertainment management, and also some part of packaging as well. So the company focuses on mainly to monetize the software that our customer produce. So basically, like our software helps them to monetize their software. And also we are one of the leading packaging software company as well. So we help them in packaging their software as like InstallSheet and InstallWare are the two major software available in this market, which is used for packaging as well. So predominantly we are into monetization as well as
Excellent.
packaging.
It sounds like you have a market dominance in this area as well.
Yeah. So especially on the monetization side, I think we have been there from a long time, as well as on the installation side. We have been there from almost like from 1980s. We have been there in the installation space as well.
Excellent. Okay, great. So I'd like to start by discussing your business challenges, what you were facing and what your objectives were when you implemented SearchUnify.
Yeah, sure. So as I top technology company with worldwide technical support, one of the major challenges actually to get data. To get or discover the data. As a support organization, for our engineers, it's always very important for them to go and get the data, because a lot of things will be always diversified or in a federated way of data, wherein we may have to go different sources and analyze that and then discover those or analyze that and then give it back to the customer. So always there's a challenge there. So especially like if I say it's like a simple word, like discovering the data is always a challenge for a support engineer, considering that we have different sources to look at. And SearchUnify is one wherein actually it helps us to quickly go and get the data from different sources and as well as help us to analyze it very quickly. So at the end of the day, what happens overall is like we are able to quickly respond back to the customer. And we are able to improve the time to resolution as well. So overall, SearchUnify helps us in improving our time to resolution as well as the response.
Yeah, that makes sense. I always say it's important to make sure that you have the data, right? And the data is clean through a good KCS process. And then also to make it accessible, right, is the next step, right? Because having the data is one thing, but being able to easily access it and search it is another. And it sounds like you use this primarily initially as an internal tool for your support engineers. Am I understanding correct?
Yeah, that's right. So it's both right now. So it's not just for internal engineers, but also for the customers. So end of the day, when they come to our community, so we have a lot of knowledge-based articles which is spread across and different products, different versions. Okay, and so there's a huge data available, and it's always a challenge for customers to get self-service on their own, because SearchUnify is something which can actually help them to quickly get the relevant data, accurate data, and as well as for the engineers as well. So the support engineers, whenever we get an issue from the customers, most of the times it could be repetitive issues which has been solved long back, and we need to just pull in the right information and share that with the customers. And this is something which is both used by internal engineers as well as from the customer's perspective as well.
Okay, understood. Understood. Yeah. So it does make sense to make sure that data is accessible to both your customers and your
Yeah.
engineers. And obviously, you're exposing internal data to your engineers that your
Yeah.
customers wouldn't have to give them a little bit of an edge as well.
That's it. That's right.
Perfect. So, how did you really integrate SearchUnify into your support systems to meet these business objectives?
Yeah, sure. So basically, maybe I'll go into a little bit detail into the products which we are using.
Sure.
SearchUnify is one, and within SearchUnify, we are using majorly two products. One is the Agent Helper, and the other one is the SUVA.
Perfect.
So Agent Helper is predominantly for the support engineers. Is more of internal use. So wherein we wanted to make sure that all the engineers who are working in support have the access to this tool. And this tool, what it does is actually, is able to connect to different sources. Okay, for example, like attribution tools like Jira, Confluence, as well as Salesforce, Community, Salesforce Cloud Experience, documentations. Okay, multiple sources. Okay, so and it helps us actually to search quickly, consolidate, and it's not just that it searches and gives, but it also readily gives the answer backs, which we can actually send it back to the customer. So it's more of a response assist. So it can actually collect the data, understand the problem, come up with a draft response as well. So initial response is drafted by the agent helper. We have to review it, make slight correction here and there if required, or add on or reduce whatever it is, and then share it across to the customer. So the first thing is like, as an engineer, you may have to go to different sources, right? I mean, you have multiple tabs you need to open, multiple places you have to go and search. But today you can search within a single console, which is integrated with the Salesforce. So it's integrated with the service console of Salesforce. So you don't have to go run around different places. You have everything in the same place. You can search different sources within that console. And so first thing, if you ask me, Patricia, the thing is like we were saving time on search. And if you save time on search, we are improving our response time, meaningful response to the customer. The initial response, what we give to the customer is really meaningful. So they're happy. And in turn, this overall helps the process of reducing the time to resolutions. So turnaround time is going to get reduced. And in turn, it will help in customer satisfaction. So this is one part of the agent helper. So this is more like within the system, you have different sources, multiple sources, and we are working on it. On the other end, for the customer self-service, what we did is we integrated SUVA into our community portal. So community portal is the place wherein customer come there, raise cases, look for knowledge-based article, forums, etc., etc. So that is a place where customer first come in and start looking for the answers. So by introducing SUVA into community portal, what's happening is like the customer can come and ask questions into SUVA, and they can get answered there. So they don't really have to raise cases to support engineers, right? So they can get answers within the SUVA, and so directly, if you ask me like, what is the advantage of using SUVA? The case deflection. So they don't really need to raise case with support engineers. They can get answer themselves. It's more of a self-service. And we have integrated with both documentation as well as community knowledge base. All the data which is available in public, okay, is integrated with SUVA. So they don't have to run around different places to get answers. They can come to SUVA, they can ask questions, they get the answers, they're happy, and they can go back. If they don't get the answer, then they can raise a case with us, and then support engineer is going to jump in and they want to answer the case. So, in simple, to summarize, one focus is on helping the internal support engineers to improve their productivity, efficiency, and other focus is on customer, helping them on more on self-service, so that they can get the answer whenever they want, 24/7. and which in turn will help us in improving the customer experience.
Excellent. Okay. So by consolidating all the data sources into one platform, you're really able to add efficiency in the search, especially internally. And then adding SUVA onto the customer experience gives you that natural language search where customers can use the chatbot to be able to very simply interact with your data and be able to provide results. And then if
That's
they can't get it, right, very simply get them over to a support engineer who can solve their issue.
that's
Did I get all that correct?
yeah, that's perfect.
Excellent. Okay, that's perfect. I mean, I really love that. And and looking at these transformations and what you put in place, are you realizing any of the business outcomes from that? What has
Yeah,
improved in your support
yeah.
metrics?
So one of the key thing which I would like to highlight is like so end of the day, the search results are quicker, faster, right? I mean, we are going to get the information very quicker. I mean, faster we're getting the information, and this
Yeah.
is actually helping us in improving the response as well as time to resolution. And as we are improving this, the productivity is also getting improved. So we are improving the productivity. So one of the things what we have done in our organization is actually to start getting the bandwidth by using these tools and utilizing this bandwidth to a different I mean to a better way of improving the customer experience. So what is the better way of improving the customer experiences is something called we have come up with a program called technical support partner program. So this is nothing but wherein each support engineers are going to focus on one or more key customers accounts. Okay, so basically what they do, the bandwidth what they save from utilizing all these tools, they are actually going to spend that bandwidth in actually understanding the customer, one of the key customers, whichever is assigned to them, and they start helping them to improve their use of our software. So basically, like we help them in to make sure that there's no issues on their side. If there's any issues, we go and help them to get it resolved quickly. So basically, we take care of the cases or the issues. Okay, and this has actually helped in two ways. One is like it has improved the relationship with the customers. The technical support engineers are building a better relationship with the customers. Okay, and the customer success management team, which was actually involved earlier in handling some of the case management, are been relieved on these duties. I mean, basically, they are not going to do this activity anymore. It's more of a support engineers who are going to take up these activities, and the CSMs or the customer success managers are now focusing on more on building customer relationship as well as helping in better renewals rate and as well as upsell and cross sells. So the bandwidth what we got by using all these tools, we have utilized it for building a relationship with the customer, especially on the cases, to make sure that their case management is done pretty well. We are under control on the issues what they are facing, and we are helping them on time and making sure that there's a quick resolution and prioritization of their cases so that the relationship is built intact. We are able to give good technical support with the proper cadence, regular cadence with them. And at the same time, CSMs have got more bandwidth now so that they can focus on renewals as well as on upsell and cross-sell.
That is amazing. I really love to hear the stories of how you're positioning your employees. So you've increased productivity, you've increased efficiency, you've increased response time, increased customer satisfaction. Those are real metrics, right? And then you use that extra bandwidth to reposition your support engineers or retool them to make sure that they're providing those meaningful moments for customers, right? To elevate that experience and allowing your customer success managers to focus on what they should be doing, which is making sure that renewals are happening and also cross-sell, upsell.
Yeah,
That's amazing work. I really have to hand it to you. That is really great to see that being realized. Okay. Any other comment on that?
I mean that's it. I mean we are looking at the full circle in the sense like we want to make sure that as we move forward, we move towards autonomous agents wherein the level one type of tickets or the cases are handled by the AI. So with the help of AI. So that is something which we are going to move forward. And also we are looking at creation of a lot of knowledge-based article automatically without much of manual effort, maybe just for the reviews and other things. So the cycle is like we keep creating the data, keep feeding the data to the AI, keep automating, and keep giving the feedback back to the system. So it's more of like a continuous improvement process.
Perfect. Well, that's one more way to utilize your excess bandwidth from your support engineers, right? Is to continue to elevate and evolve your
Yeah.
articles, right? And continue to
Yes.
make sure your data is clean. That's
Yes.
perfect. Do you have any other future plans in terms of evolving the processes?
Right now, we are still in the process of getting this done. And so if you ask me, like, what is the future? Getting into the autonomous agents going
Yep.
forward. Yeah. So we start with level one. With using the AI and automation, we want to eliminate all the manual process, especially the repetitive process. So we have a lot of cases which is more of repetitive. So we want to eliminate that and slowly upskill the level one engineers to level two. So we want to make sure that we use the manual effort to take up more complex issues rather than doing the repetitive tasks.
I also like how you're thinking about evolving your support processes where you started off with a strong, okay, let's put the data together, let's make sure it's accessible. And then once the baseline is put in place, you can move forward with continuing to find other ways to automate that data entry process. So that's amazing work there. Just finally, in looking at all of the things that you've done and everything that you put in place, do you have any lessons learned or best practices that you want to share with the teams here today?
Yeah, some of the best practices, what I've, I mean, with my experience. So this one thing is like, um, uh, I mean, there's no right time to start on AI, especially on the tools. Okay, so I believe we should just start. Okay, because so always people say that you should have a right data and then you should get the tool. Okay, and so there's always a dilemma whether to get the data right first or get the tool. Okay, so I feel that the best practice is to start getting the tools, whatever the tools like Agent Helper or SUVA or whatever tools we are using from SearchUnify. I think we should get the tools and start using it. Then you'll start realizing that how accurate is your data, because the gap you can figure it out, because the SUVA will tell you how many cases they are getting, or Agent Helper will tell you how the customers are using it. So basically, like the gaps can be analyzed using these tools. Okay, and then you can find out, okay, these are the data which customers are looking, and these are not accurate. So let me go and correct it. So one of the things what I realized is like, I mean, you need to just get started on it, and then you need to figure it out where the things are not going well, and then start fine-tuning those areas. And I think it's a cycle and a circle which will continue to run. And we need to keep, as you said, I do agree that the folks who are getting bandwidth actually asked to review it, give feedback, and make the tools learn again. And then I mean, it's just a continuous process.
That makes sense. It's like the old adage, perfection is the nemesis of progress, right? So you got to get on the road and then keep iterating. That's perfect, and I completely agree with you on that. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing your story today, Sudheendra, and I really appreciate all your valuable insights. With this, we'll wrap up our conversation. If you'd like to share your experience with SearchUnify, just reach out to us at info@searchunify.com. Thank you.